Hello, welcome back. Are you guys ready for some cards? Pure Soul, how are you? You're number one. I am doing good, my friend. I am doing good. What is going on here? Um, hmm. Hold on. Something's not right. Bear with me, my friends. Bear with me. Can you hear me? Good. Marsha, hello. Can you guys hear me? Okay. What is going on here? There we go. So apparently I was having internet difficulties. Fixed top chat to live chat. Oh, you gotta go outside. You guys, I'm sorry. I apologize, but the boss has to go out. Come on, let's go. Pretty sure she won't be out there long. Not long at all. Melissa, hello, welcome. Good job on getting here early. All right, so I think we're set up. Chat looks like it works just fine. Nicole, hello. Let's get you on the list. Pure Soul, aka Harpreet. You can choose whichever oracle you want. I'm using the Egyptian Tarot deck today, which I probably should have put over here so you guys could see it. There. Perfect. Surendar, hello, welcome. How are you? Bendehu, oh my goodness, how are you? My gosh, friends, there's some names I have not seen in so long. Let's get you on a list. Bendehu, how are you? I love seeing you guys come back. Uh, so that's, I know that's not how it is, but that's how Grandma says it. Oh, Bob's here. Wow, Bob's here early too. Hi, Bob, number 7. Thank you, thank you. They need to be redone. But yeah, we'll just pretend. We'll just ignore that part. All right, let's get this party started. Pure Soul, number 1. That's right. Let's hit those thumbs up, you guys. Guess what? You want to hear what happened? You want to hear some shiznit that happened here? Somebody stole one of our e-bikes right out of our shed. Yep, so the police were already here this morning, taking pictures, reports, walking around the house. Oh my gosh, you guys. So mad. So mad. All right, Pure Soul. I hope they find it. And soon. I mean, it's an e-bike. The batteries are in the house. It is no good without a battery. No good without a battery. Yeah, this was like, it was a $600 bike. Easily a $600 bike. I thought it was more. I'm pretty sure I still have the paperwork for both of them. Crows. Good choice, Harpreet. Marcia, you're next. I know I was so mad. So flippin' mad. The police officer was like, that's just the dumbest thing ever. Why would you take an e-bike without a battery? Or a key? I know, I know. He's gonna go look around. We're in a small town. So he's gonna go look around and talk to people. He's probably on duty all day. So he's gonna drive around. He said you'd never know. He might see somebody riding it. And considering that it is such a heavy bike, an e-bike, that he said, I wouldn't doubt if I find it ditched somewhere because it's just so damn heavy. Fingers crossed. All right, Harpreet. The first card you have is Major Arcana, Kansu. This card represents the moon. It's a neutral energy, and it's a neutral energy card. It's a call for you to go on a journey of a renewal, just like the moon does every month. So you, like the moon, can become unstuck. The moon has multiple phases. Each phase represents something you have to go through. Like I said, a neutral energy card. It's going to be emotional. But after, we all know, once the moon goes through all of its phases, it becomes new and full. The next card you have is the Five of Discs, aka Pentacles. This is the Speculate to Accumulate suit. The Five is a boundaries card. It is a call for you to put boundaries in place. Now remember, boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They're doors to keep you safe. So you let the right ones in and you keep the wrong ones out. It's also a monetary, material, quite possibly relationship trouble card. You're halfway there. You see others have what you don't, and it all beckons you. Sometimes we must experience this to strive for a better life and to set off on the hard road of ambition. You also have the Queen of Wands. The Queen, being a court card, can represent physical appearance, and it can represent a lighter or fair-haired, mature woman. The Queen says, follow your heart and your intuition. Look within to see where you can be a little more loving and caring. We can all be that way. But bottom line, you can't go wrong. So tune into the feelings of others, respond accordingly, and show compassion. Don't turn your back on those who need your support. Take note of the direction she's looking. The Queen of Wands, Wands represents something happening fast, positive, yes. Fast like days is as fast as tarot time can tell. Days. It can also represent a business matter. Your oracle for the day is territory. Nicole, I think I have Nicole on the list. Yep. Ol Minty. Hello, Ol Minty. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Harpreet. This card says that it indicates someone may be entering your space uninvited, or that you may be the one who entered somebody's space uninvited. This card asks if you are protecting something out of concern, that someone may be trying to step on your toes or take over something you cherish. When it appears, you may need to consider what boundaries are in place, or if they are needed. Would the situation benefit from establishing ground rules? This card may also appear if you need to carve out some space for yourself, whether that be within your home or in the form of time to be alone. You may need to define an area that is solely yours and yours alone. Marcia, you're next. Oh, Minty, would you like to be added to the list? Yep, I'm going to try not to think about it, the bike, for the 2 hours we're on here. It is very frustrating, but our town is small. Marcia, you can pick your oracle. I didn't, if you already did pick it, I missed it. Perfect. Thank you. It is frustrating. I mean, really, nobody... I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. Oh my gosh, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. We just need an oracle for Marcia. Melissa's next. There it is. The first card you have is the Ten of Cups. This card represents domestic bliss. So enjoy and appreciate it because you deserve it. It also represents the end of a cycle, freeing you up to start another one. You also have the Eight of Cups. This is the card of karma. It represents being on a plateau. This is what's going on around you right now, whether karma is being served to you or someone else. It represents that, I mentioned the plateau. It represents, though, that there's finally forward movement. And it represents that change is needed for growth. So it is important to avoid a state of stagnation. You also have the Prince of Wands. Note the direction the Prince is facing toward the Karma Cup. Prince can represent generally a younger man that is active and in an active and enduring situation or person. Wands, a younger person. Wands generally represents light or fair-haired person. And the Prince of Wands says, it represents a successful conclusion, but it's going to take a longer time frame. You know how I always say Wands represents days? Well, you may hear something soon representing a successful conclusion. Longer time frame. So burst out, be proud, be creative, and be active, which also represents this card too. You must be active. Your oracle for the day, Heidi, hello, welcome. Your oracle for the day is rest. Well, now that's weird. Be active, but rest. Uh-oh, my dog's barking. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Who did I miss? Is that say Brainy Poo? Hello, welcome. Brandy. Hello. Let's put you on the list. Brandy. With an I. I know an adorable young woman named Brandy with an I. So that's cool. Um, is that Aid Mali? Let's call, all right. Trying to figure out, we'll say Aid. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I mean no disrespect. True, I promise. Mala, hello, welcome. Let's see. And I believe I have everybody. All right. Um, rest. Let's see why this has popped up when it... So obviously rep says that you need to be active for growth. Chamomile allows relaxation, replenishes the mind, body, and spirit, and promotes sleep. Jade brings good fortune. It says when we're exhausted and worn out, nothing goes right. Bad luck and clumsiness haunts our every step. Make sure you honor the needs of your body, mind, and spirit by allowing for ample rest. You will be surprised how differently things look after a good night's sleep, and will find that good fortune is so much easier to find. So, yes, be active. Keep working towards your goal, but allow time for your body to rest. I love it. I love it. I can't wait for your next video. Just saying. Just saying. You had me cracking up, Marsha, when you were laughing at Wayne in that video. I wanted to, like, you should totally do a short. Just cut it out and clip him jumping and then duplicate you laughing at him. Just, oh, it was so freaking comical. Anyways, moving on. Melissa, you could totally get a good short out of it. Oh, I did see you're right. I did see one. You're right. I know. I did. I probably even commented on it too. Mala, how are you today? All right, Melissa. Melissa, you can choose your oracle. No, it wouldn't. It sure wouldn't hurt to do a second one. You absolutely can, Melissa. Thank you. Nicole is next. Good, Mala. I love to hear when everybody's just having a great day. Speaking of, I spoke with Sister Susan this morning, you guys. She is home. She had some cancer removed from her back. But she's asked everybody to send her good vibes, best of vibes, because she could really, really use it. Adam, hello. Would you like to be added to the list, my friend? All right, Melissa, the first card you have, Queen of Cups. Court card, so it can represent physical appearance. Cups represents a darker-haired, mature woman. Queen of Cups. Cups is our emotion suit, and the Queen says follow your heart and your intuition. Look within to see where you can be a little more loving and caring. We're all that way. We can all be a little bit more loving and caring, but you can't go wrong. Tune into the feelings of others and respond accordingly. Show compassion, and don't turn your back on those who need your support. Adam is 12. The next card you have in your present position is Major Arcana, Destiny. This card, whoops, find it, represents the Wheel of Fortune. Again, Destiny. It's surprise, change, positive. Did I mention Destiny? Okay. So I apologize. My mind is wandering because of this bike issue. Ashwin, hello, welcome. Number 13. In our lives, we go through cycles, 1 through 10 cycles. I talk about all the time of the minor arcana, tons of cycles, and we go down some, and it'll take us away from our destiny, which is our original goal, the main path in life. The appearance of this card represents sudden change, positive. It has a way of bringing you back and putting you on the road you should have been on to begin with. Surprise change and fulfilling it. Good old destiny and fulfilling it. So seize all opportunities coming your way. Take note of the direction. You have the King of Wands. King, it's a court card, represents a light or fair-haired person, an older, a mature man, and it can show their influence is either entering or leaving one's life. Take note of the direction the King of Wands is facing towards your present situation, your destiny. The King says, take action, express your reason to be. Positive, yes, Wands represents days. Something happening fast, days. So express your reason to be. The card says you can inspire enthusiasm where there is a lethargy. You put vigor into any occasion you grace with your presence. And you're a master at putting a new spin on any situation. Oh, you have 2 oracles. Melissa, the first one you have is Mystery. It says, embrace the wonderful mystery of life. Some things can't be known and are better left mysterious. Remember, mystery is alluring and enticing. You have the awareness card as your second one. If it falls out, it's important. Use your intuition to become more aware of what's going on around you at this time. It also says it might be time to look underneath that rock. Ashwin, their videos are great, aren't they? Have you, their restaurant review videos are amazing. It's doing so much better. I want to say normal, but I can still feel it in here every now and again. But we're good. Good thing I'm right-handed. Melissa, you're welcome. Nicole, it's your turn. Surrender, you'll be next. Nicole, you can choose your oracle of choice. Perfect, thank you. Nice card. Adam, we should be able to get to you without a problem today. Which, I'll take this opportunity to mention, if you don't want to wait your turn, a super chat will get you next in line. And I say it all the time, I'm not asking for your life's savings. The minimal amount super chat will allow will get you next in line. Nicole, the first card you have is the Ace of Cups. This card represents the start of something new, the beginning of something, a celebration, or the birth of a child. And it also represents that you will discover a renewal for your capacity to feel. Remember, I mentioned those life cycles we go down, 1 through 10. 1 being the start of a cycle, 10 being the completion. And we go down, we choose paths that hurt us. So we flip the I don't want to feel anymore switch. And the appearance of this card represents that it's you're flipping it back. So congratulations. You have the Queen of Discs. Court card can represent appearance, darker haired, mature female looking toward the future. The Queen of Discs says, this card is the speculate to accumulate suit. It represents material comfort, stability, and abundance. The Queen of Discs also takes takes a lot of joy in providing for others. But she says, get grounded. Connect with the earthy side of life. Be resourceful, practical, share with others, but attend to your financial affairs. Less money going out, more money coming in. Speculate to accumulate. You also have the Princess of Discs court card, quite possibly representing a darker haired, younger female or somebody with that type of an attitude. This card represents being young at heart, always young at heart. It's the voice inside you urging you to follow your destiny. Examine what strengths you possess, speculate to accumulate, figure out how to turn every possibility into gold. That's the most important part, is speculate to accumulate. The appearance of the Princess of Discs represents the beginning of a practical or domestic endeavor and a focus on material matters. A speculate to accumulate cannot be stressed enough, Nicole. Your oracle for the day is upheaval. Now this card, sometimes there's, all right. Upheaval is a reminder things can change on a whim through no fault of your own. So are you prepared for change? Are you able to regain your composure and fly off to a better, more stable position? Now, this can be from being laid off, being forced to move to a new home. Change can appear sudden and cruel. I apologize. Change can appear sudden and sometimes cruel. Not always, though. Also, sometimes change brings a fortunate situation and moves us into a position to receive a greater opportunity. The appearance of this card, you have to ask yourself if you can feel the rumblings. Like a seismic wave that's just below the surface, you know something's about to happen. That's your intuition and your gut feeling. When you connect to it, you know something is about to happen. You'll then be able to pick up on that energy you'll pick up on the energy that's going to impact your life. When you can anticipate a coming upheaval, you will be better able to plan for the shakeup. All right, Surrender, your turn. Whoops, Marsha, thank you. I am going to pin that to the top. Sandy, you're an extra. Surrender, you're next. And then Bendehu. Oh, well, that was crappy. There we go. Core tight. Good posture. Helps so much. Even when you're not working out. See? All right, Surrender. Domingo, hello, welcome, my friend. You are absolutely next. You are amazing. All right, so oopsies. Apologize. I'm going to pull an oracle for Surrender. And then Domingo's next in line. Aw, you're so sweet. One more good shuffle. Did we have one that flipped? No. They are jumping, though. We just need an oracle for Surrender. The first card you have is the Queen of Swords. It can represent a darker-haired, mature woman. Take note of the direction she's facing. The Queen of Swords says, was a woman. She's wise, direct, ambitious, and speaks sharply. She wields a sword. She says, "Say what you think. Be your own person. Keep your strong convictions, no matter what opposition you come up against. Don't be afraid to stand alone. Be confident. Be straightforward, and you will receive the acknowledgement you deserve." Take note of the direction she's facing into your future. The Eight of Discs is in your present position. This is the speculate to accumulate suit. The 8 is the journeyman's card in working or studying toward a goal. So long-term success in working and hard working. Keep going with this path of training. It's been a long, hard road with a lot of time and money. The skills you have acquired will serve you well. You have good grounding and you will be rewarded well for your talents. Again, working toward a goal. You have the Nine of Wands. Wands represents something positive, happening fast, days. Nines on the 1 through 10 are a resting phase, 10 being the completion. It says, surround yourself with reliable support. Draw upon your experiences to gain well-deserved territory. More important, it represents that you are protected better than you think. The deck I generally use, you would see the Nine of Wands with a bandage on his head, leaning on a wand, and the other 8 forming a protective wall, boundary behind him. Resting phase. The wands behind him represent surrounding yourself with those type of people. The ones who have your back no matter what phase you're in, and even when you're not around. You have a 10 of Wands, which represents responsibilities and burdens. 10 is the completion of a cycle, allowing you to start something new. Responsibilities and burdens. You've shouldered too much, and it's time to pass some of it on. And because of that, you will have fortune, reap gains, and success. Your oracle for the day, Surrendar, is Peaks of Joy, upright. Upright, this card says, your life is filled with happiness, so share it with others. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. It says the world is singing a beautiful harmony. Life is exhilarating and hopeful. Let gratitude fill your heart and remember to share your happiness. Joy is contagious. Just like a yawn or a cough. Have you ever noticed that? I think I've mentioned it before. Even if you don't have a cold or anything like that, if somebody in the room coughs, does it cause your throat to tickle? I don't know. All right, Domingo, let's see. What are her true current thoughts and feelings for Domingo? I know it does. It's not just a yawn. And people are like, well, of course, duh, it makes you cough because it's contagious. But I don't mean it like germ-wise. I mean like an empathy type thing. But not really. All right, Domingo, let's see. Let's see. You can choose your oracle as well, my friend. They're kind of a messy, but they're all in here. Oh my gosh, yes. It cracks me up because it makes me think of something else too. Mimicking other people's movements without even knowing you're doing it. If you're standing there talking to somebody and they put their hands on their hips, do you find yourself doing it? Doing almost the same things they're doing? All right, we just need a oracle for Domingo. It is. I even noticed that, like, when my husband and I are out to supper or something, out to a restaurant, when he grabs his drink and has a drink, my hand automatically reaches for mine. Even if I'm not thirsty. I may have just set it down. Yeah, I don't know. Just all right. Domingo. I can't remember. We have talked about Erica before. But I can't remember. Have you spoken recently? Or has there been some time apart? Because every single card you have, while they're all speculate to accumulate, they're all GAINZ cards representing monetary, material, harvest in your heart, in your soul, GAINZ everywhere. This card here represents charity and recognition. It's a 6. It represents that something has just recently happened to take things to the next level. Charity and recognition. You may be recognized for something good you've done, and you may receive a monetary reward because of it. Or maybe receive a monetary reward, period. Most important, pay off all debt and then give to charity. You have the King of Discs. Take note of the direction he's facing. This monetary reward card. The King says, In a world of success, there's no room for ambition without any real grounding. You need to think about future security, not just about your today security. Read the fine print, make long-term plans, read the small and fine print everywhere. So before you speculate to accumulate, make sure every project and opportunity is viable. And you have the three of discs. This is it's the apprentice card. The 3 is the apprentice, the 8 is the journeyman, and the 10 is the master. It represents cooperation and apprenticeship, the beginning of something. If you are putting applications in anywhere for a job, a place to move, schooling, anything like that, the appearance of this card represents that you will most likely be chosen. So, apprenticeship and cooperation. Let's see what the oracles have for you. Represents something happening slow, years. The first card you have is ceremony, the invocation. This card says whether through indifference, depression, life crisis, or any other manifestation of mental, physical, or emotional blockages, you have drifted from the intimacy with spirit for which you yearn. It's important to do what you can to regain an experience of spiritual power that is contained within you and around you. You can set up an altar. Find a convenient area that is not your usual living space. Start with things that represent earth, air, fire, and water. Those are the 4 elements. Set your intention. And you can then you can start adding objects to it. I have a huge one in where I do my card of the day. So, once you get it all set up, set your intention for the ceremony, whether as the purpose is healing, celebration, or honoring a particular cycle or season. Then do an invocation and call upon your spirit guides. Breathe their presence. Ask these divine beings to guide you through the process. Trust that guidance. Feel your heartbeat and keep breathing. Breathing is the key to the actual experience of spirit, and creating a ceremony is the vehicle that supports this. You also have fairies. Just a moment. Huh? So, Domingo, was there an argument? A misunderstanding? The card says you have the same power available to you as the fairies do. It starts with loving the earth through heartfelt gratitude and appreciation, but more important, through action. The fairies can help you reconnect in a more intimate way with earth, and all they require is your willingness to pay attention to the plants and trees around you and demonstrate your care. Whether you live in a small space or have a huge parcel of property, make it a point to be especially attentive to your surrounding vegetation. Plant something. Get your hands in the dirt and do so with love and enthusiasm. Every flower, tree, shrub you're tending is a living being, so treat each like you would a dear friend. Ask the fairies to help you take care of these friends, and you will be rewarded many times over. Your speculate, so you have the speculate to accumulate suit, and it represents abundance, like I mentioned, everywhere in your life, material, harvest, in your heart, in your soul, monetary. But it's not something that's going to be rushed. You must speculate to accumulate. You have some things that you have to put in order. Don't rush things. I would just send a, hey, thinking about you text, you know? Thinking about you, haven't heard from you, hope everything's well. You know, it is that time of year, the person could be, under the weather. I talked about it yesterday. I have a sister-in-law who's got one of those flu strains that has kept her out and down and out for over a week. Ben Day, who? It is your turn. Then Bob. Sometimes it's meant to be. That's true. I would say reach out to her, and good things come to those who wait. Pentacles represent, or discs represent something taking long years. Yeah, have hope, but don't if it's obvious, if it's obvious you're being like ignored, then move on. Absolutely. Think of yourself. You'll know. Reach out. Bendehu, the first card you have is Major Arcana Hermakis. Maybe Ermakis. Positive yes represents an emperor. It represents a fatherly figure. The emperor. Jay, hello, welcome. Bendehu, you can pick your oracle, and if you don't choose one, I'll just pick one for you. Oh, my books are falling over. First card you have, Hermakis, represents a father figure. What do I have for you? Dates, March 21st through April 20th. It can represent in Aries. It says, exercise your authority, but maintain your boundaries. Take note of the direction Hermakis is looking. So it represents, it can be rulership, organization, and assertion. Looking towards your future, you have another major arcana, Shanut. This card represents Gemini, positive, yes, it's the Lover's card. It is success and unexpected blessings from above. Back to this boundaries card, I forgot to mention, we all know, I'm going to say it again, boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They're doors to keep you safe. Success and unexpected blessings from above. So be open and transparent. Nothing should be nothing. Be transparent. Nothing should be held back. Goodness gracious, I can't talk today. No, this is for Bendehu. Not quite sure where she went. I feel I can't remember, but I think she's female. It's been a long time. They only pop in once in a while. You have the Three of Discs as well, which represents an apprenticeship and cooperation. So again, if you are putting applications in anywhere, school, work, a place to move, the appearance of it represents that you will most likely be chosen. Apprentice and cooperation. And I'm going to choose a map for you. Bob is next. Brandy, no. Ghostlands, upright, Bendehu. This card so the card says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and the now. When we set our sights too far ahead, we run the risk of losing our footing. For rarely does the present and future match up. The future has no substance right now. It's a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there. You can take measured steps toward a goal or a dream, and those steps are important right now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments, but you can't live there. Or can you change or go back what was? Yesterday's gone forever. Live fully in the here, in the now, in the present. It's the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. Holy Ghost, hello, welcome. How are you today? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Bob, you are next. I hope you have the best day ever as well. Fifi, hello, good morning. All right, Heidi is after Bob. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Bob, we just need an oracle, if you would, please. And I'll start with your reading. First card you have is the Five of Swords. It is a halfway point. It says, hold your tongue. Don't be provoked into an argument. More important, it says, stop being defensive. There will never be a resolution to conflict as long as we put too much emphasis on being defensive. And be careful not to be paranoid and see treachery where there is none. Although this card is saying to hold your tongue, it also knows that you are totally capable of holding your own speech when others provoke you. But don't let that happen. You have Major Arcana Sokar. Take notice of the direction Sokar is facing. This is a neutral energy card, and it represents an inevitable change. And it's going to be very transformative. So stop avoiding living life to the fullest because of self-imposed limitations. A very transformative and inevitable change. Looking towards your future, you have another Major Arcana, the Aeon. The Aeon represents, it's a positive. This card represents after past or life lessons learned. It's quick, clear, permanent, positive change. So embrace all opportunities coming your way. For Bob, we will choose an enchanted map. There it is. One ring circus in the upright position. Heidi is next. Upright, this card says, independence is key as you step into your journey today. It says others may not have the vision or resources you need, but recognize that the wisdom you've acquired along the way, well, it makes you particularly competent and capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. It also says that another aspect to consider is maintaining boundaries between you and another, and be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and you have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to enter into the best relationships that attract, and you will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Did I mention transformative? You can do anything at this time. Heidi. Heidi, you can pick your oracle. I forgot to add J to the list. This is for Heidi. I'll give Heidi a moment to come back and choose her oracle. The first card you have is the Three of Discs. You have a couple of discs here. Speculate to accumulate suit. This is the apprentice and cooperation suit. So if you're putting applications in anywhere for anything, the appearance of this represents that you'll most likely be chosen. Cooperation in the beginning of something. Apprentice, learning, the beginning stages of something. You have the Prince of Wands. Prince, appearance-wise, can represent, wands, can be light or fair-haired person. Take note of the direction he's facing toward this beginning of something. The Prince of Wands represents a... Hold on a second. Let me make sure I get this right. The Prince of Wands is a corresponding card and represents that everybody involved will benefit if this person is sincere with heart. There's a thing about this person, though. This person, well, they have enthusiasm and they have good ideas, but they're going to get carried away. First of all, they must be in charge, and they must let everybody know that they are in charge. They're going to, they get carried away. They lose interest and they're not a team player. This person tends to be self-employed as well. But if you're okay with all those aspects of this person being in charge and having, uh, and then losing interest, that if you're okay with that, then all right. You have the Five of Discs. It is the halfway point, monetary, material, quite possibly relationship troubles. It is a call for boundaries. Stop avoiding, whoops. Um, you're halfway there. You see others have what you don't, and it all beckons you. The card says sometimes we must experience this to strive for a better life and to set off on the hard road of ambition. You have Major Arcana, the Seer, aka the Fool, representing that you are on an unexpected journey and to follow this path. The appearance, and take note, it's facing your future. The appearance of it is that you are finding a beginning at the end. So follow this journey, follow this path. Don't be held back by people who say you're a dreamer. And remember, miraculous inventions were created by people labeled as fools. We're going to stick with the enchanted maps for Heidi. Brandy, you are next. Your oracle for the day is Metamorphosis, upright. And upright, this card says, the process of change is often painful, for it's never without loss or sacrifice. If you, my friend, are to transform from one form to another, this is something you're going to experience, loss and sacrifice. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. So just like a caterpillar dies so a butterfly can be born, you're required to release old ideas and embrace unnecessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of low self-worth or a dream that no longer serves you. Maybe a relationship that is draining or some unhealthy habits you have. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time. There will be some loss, but my friend, you'll love who you become. All right, Brandy, it is your turn. You can choose your oracle. Any of the 6. And if you don't want to choose, then I will just pick one for you. Holy Ghost, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll see ya later too. All right, let's see what we have for you, my friend. One, the Hanged Man, the Abyss, Major Arcana, King of Cups. Urga. Let's get you a mermaid. Adam, you are number 12. We're on 9. We just need a mermaid for Brandy. Well, that was easy. Ask and you shall receive. All right, Brandy. First card you have, Past, present, future. Major Arcana, the Abyss, aka the Hanged Man. Neutral energy card. It's patience, wisdoms, trials, sacrifices. More important, it represents that the decisions you've made have put you where you are. But it also wants you to remember that wherever you are, there have been some fun things that have delayed you for good reason. So the appearance of this card represents that maybe you need to look at things from another perspective, and that quite possibly things are about to be turned upside down. This is a patience card. And the reward for patience is patience. And no matter what, a neutral energy, good, bad situation, it can guarantee that no matter what type of situation you're in or this situation in the past was, it guarantees you that there were also fun times too. You have the King of Cups. Cups is our emotions suit. It's a positive. It's yes, it represents something happening months. Slow, but months, not years. The king represents a person whose active influence is either entering or leaving one's life. In a mature male, take note of the direction this person is facing towards your past. King of Cups. The King of Cups is a dignity card. Says maintain your composure, set a good example, and be the person you would want supporting you. Now, before I go any further, if you have a question and your question is about a man, he is agreeable and he agrees with you, if that makes sense. Now, about the dignity and maintain your composure. There may be people watching you. Now, not like, what's Brandy going to do next? And, gossip about it. No, these might be somebody who looks at you like a role model. Big sister type thing. So dignity, composure, set a good example. If they are young people watching, dignity and composure is super important, because when they're young is when we instill we're burning things into their young minds, brains, and hearts. So make sure it's something good you're instilling in quite possibly these young ones that might be watching you. You have the Princess of Cups. Court card, appearance-wise, Cups represents a darker-haired... Nope, I apologize. Cups represents a light, fair-haired person. Princess, female, or younger woman frequently represents or the attitude of a younger woman. I hope that makes sense. Cups. It says enjoy life, make the most of living your life to the fullest, savor being the center of attention, and live life like there's no tomorrow. Live in the here and the now. Don't live in yesterday or tomorrow. We just had it in the Ghostlands card on the map. Nostalgia. Don't go there. Live in the here, the now, the present, because you don't want to miss out on all that today has to offer. Positive, yes, emotions card. You have an oracle for the day is the communications. This card says pick up your phone and make that call. There's something you need to communicate, and now is the time to do it. When we communicate with love and compassion, we can experience miraculous breakthroughs, my friend. At the top of the chat, I have highlighted Adventures Unseen message. That is my email. So anybody in the chat, if you would like a free in-depth card reading, that's a whole layout not just the few that fall. And you get a choice of one of 7 subjects to choose your questions on. They're free. Send me an email, and I will get back to you with the information I need. So, Brandy, thank you for being here. You do you. Savor being the center of attention. Enjoy today, the here and the now. There's nothing better than that. Trust me. Because there's nothing we can do to change yesterday for what was. And there's nothing we can do in the future except take those measured steps toward a goal. Ade or Ade, I'm not sure how we pronounce it. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so glad it resonates with you. Don't forget, we're here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. New York time. But our clocks are getting ready to spring ahead, so there's that as well. So what was 10 will now be 11. Workouts, what was 7:30 will now be 8:30. Mala is next. Oops, I have one that flipped. 2 of them, actually. Oh, I have the hiccups. The hiccups. All right, I'm going to choose a map card for, like I said, I don't know if it's AID. That's how I have it, ADE. All right, we are taking the Metamorphosis. First card you have is a 9 of Wands. 9 is a resting phase. Wands represent something happening fast, days. It says surround yourself with reliable support and draw upon your experiences to gain well-deserved territory. It says you are better protected than you think. You have the Queen of Wands, Wands representing a light or fair-haired person. Queen, a mature woman. Take note of the direction she's facing. She says, do not withdraw from intimidating situations. Believe in your power and focus on arriving at your destination by yourself. She represents love and money. You have the 2 of Wands. The 2 is our hopes and wishes card. It's also a call to organize. So fire yourself up. Organize. Plan ahead. Be strategic. Where do you want to go and what do you have to give? Think innovative and fresh ideas. More important, the card says you're in an excellent position, my friend, to join forces with another who shares your vision. Your oracle is the Metamorphosis in the upright. And this card says, you are in the process of deep and beautiful change. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. Mala, you're next. And then Adam. So, I will have links in my video for all the cards that you see here, if anybody is interested in them themselves. Mala, I will choose an enchanted map for you. Again, Adam is next. Don't throw them across the table. All right, the first card you have, Mala, is the Prince of Cups. Cups represents a light or fair-haired person. Prince, usually a younger male, active and enduring situation or person. This card comes with a quest, and the quest is for you to fill your desires, what you're passionate about. This may be something you've put on the back burner and is now time to rekindle. People may say you're self-absorbed, but again, it's your desires, what you're passionate about. Whatever it is, don't hold back. If you feel strong about something or someone, do something about it. Whatever it is, do something. You have the Two of Cups. Surrender, you were number 5. So you'll have to rewind. You can rewind now, but you'll have to go back a good half hour or so. The Two of Cups. This card is positive. Yes, it represents a relationship. And this relationship is love, passion, friendship, affinity, union, squeaky relations. It also is concord, and that's an agreement. More importantly, it represents that which nature has sanctified. But you also have the Five of Swords, which says, hold your tongue. Don't be provoked into an argument. But it also represents that you're capable of holding your own speech when provoked. But don't be provoked. And also, stop being defensive. There will never be a resolution to conflict as long as we put too much emphasis on being defensive. And don't be paranoid and see treachery where there is none. You have the Nine of Swords, which represents the 9 steps of grieving. Each sword is a step in grieving we all go through. Everybody grieves. Everybody grieves differently and for a different reason. So yes, this can represent death. It can represent deception, despair, failure, miscarriage. But it's a 9, a resting phase. 10 being the completion. It is almost over. And you have the magic prayer in the upright. Upright, it says you may not get what you want, but you'll definitely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you as long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power. Be assured you are on the right path. Adam, you are next. And then Ashwin. I've not heard from Aniket, but I think he was going somewhere. And he had an interview, so maybe he was hired immediately, you know. The powers that be, that's possible. All right, Adam. Oh my gosh, right there. There's Aniket. Brandy, have a great day. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. I hope to see you at the next live stream. Adam, you can choose any oracle you want. I was just shuffling. I'll go ahead and start with with your tarot, my friend, while you choose what deck you would like to use. The first card you have is a King of Swords. Swords, appearance-wise, represents a darker-haired person. King, male, mature male, whose active influence is either entering or leaving one's life. I'm going to say he has, this person is not in your life. This is your past card. And it's facing your past. The King of Swords, though, says, don't be caught off guard. You didn't get where you are without a strong dose of caution. Don't be caught off guard. This is not the time to let your guard down. You have the Nine of Wands, which is a resting phase, that says you are better protected than you think. So surround yourself with reliable support. The ones who have your back while you're in this resting phase. No matter what. Even when you're not, have your back even when you're not around. Six of Discs. Discs is the speculate to accumulate. This card represents charity and recognition. So you may be recognized for something good you've done, and you may receive a monetary reward. Or you may receive a monetary reward of some sort for some reason. The most important thing is to pay off debt and then give to charity. Sixes are a leveling up. Something has just recently happened to take things to the next level. Adam, let's stick with the maps. So Aniket did go. We just need an oracle for Adam. My ears are ringing. Probably the person that stole my bike. Oh, scoundrel. Your oracle for the day is Stormfields in the upright position. It says an uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things you've left unattended may be the cause of conflict. It says this too shall pass. Remember, whatever's being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again. New growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. We know storms are not always destructive. I mean, they serve nature. They bring rain to the ground, wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and growth to be ensured. This too shall pass. You're like, crap. I don't want to argue and grow. Can't we just grow? Ashwin, you are next. Aniket, you totally know you can say anything. You can say something funny. Absolutely. All right, Ashwin, let's see what the cards have for you. Are you asking if you will within 5 months? Oh, so you already know you're getting this job. Is that what you're saying? That you know already? I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Congratulations, because these are all yes cards, representing you're going to hear something soon in a couple days, and positive things happening in months. All right, so let's start. You can choose your oracle as well. Saxy Butler, hello, welcome. And Ashwin, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Princess of Wands. Appearance wise, light, fair haired woman, generally a younger person or somebody with that type of an attitude. The Princess of Wands represents a longer time frame. So conjure your brilliance, burst out, be proud, and be active. It represents hearing something soon that represents a successful conclusion in the long run. You have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups represents a celebration, joy, a social event, engagement, wedding, whatever it is, go for it because it represents a successful conclusion. And you have the Ace of Cups, which represents the start of something new, a celebration, quite possibly the birth of a child, but more important, you will discover a renewal for your capacity to feel. Aw, Adam, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to help as many people as I can. Let's choose the maps for Ashwin. Because you are, my friend, you are on the right path. And don't forget, you recently had the pay off all debt card. So don't forget, when it comes to your money, don't blow it all on just on yourself. I hope that makes sense. Take care of your debt first because that is most important. All right, Thandy will be next. Well, you have two, my friend. Ashwin, the first card you have is the movement card, upright. And it says, you're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your question is, you will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Remember, movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts, and you now know the actions you need to take. This is not the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. That's exciting. And you have the Ghostlands. This popped up earlier for somebody else. It says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and the now. So stay away from the past and don't dream and long for the future. You can take steps for the future, but live in the here and the now and the present. Don't miss out on all of today's joy. Sandy, you are next. True. This is true. But if she has the plant, She always has something beautiful to go home to. Ashwin, you're welcome. Well, you can't go wrong with chocolate, that's for sure. Thandy. Well, if I were to get a flower while I was riding my motorcycle, I would wedge it in my helmet somewhere, or I would put it anywhere on my handlebars where I have an accessory attached. Thandy, I am going to just shuffle the enchanted maps for you. Fifi is next. And on a cat, that's terrible. You're a little sad about a situation. Hopefully, you can remedy that soon. Thandy, the first card you have is the Six of Wands. This is a leveling up card. Something has just recently happened to take things to the next level. But it represents things are good at the moment. You have achieved success, but beware. It says be wary of experiencing dissatisfaction after experiencing the heady heights of success. All this card is a reminder to be thankful and grateful for everything you have received at this time. And the universe and spirit responds by sending you more. The next card you have is the Ten of Discs. Speculate to accumulate suit. It also represents the master and slowing down. But that you need to keep the outcome in mind and keep working toward it. And that outcome is lasting security and wealth. Again, that you need to delegate now. Slow down, take it easy, let others take more responsibilities. This card symbolizes a well-established foundation, family harmony, and the fulfillment of a substantial legacy. You have the Four of Swords, Thandy. This card represents after conflict or stress, rest and examination because a new life awaits. It also represents the need to let go of things that have outlived their use. If you can't use it in any way, shape, or form, get rid of it. You have an extra card, the High Priestess. This is a major arcana, and it is a call for change. A change you didn't realize. You need to realign. Trust your intuition, aka your gut feeling. We can all do that. But more important, it represents the future is yet unrevealed. So, the opportunities are wide open. The future is yet unrevealed. Fifi, you are next. Oops, I apologize. Nope. Thandy, you have two oracles. Dry Desert, upright. This card says, dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. This is an important place to find what's truly right for you. It may not seem productive, but my friend, looks are deceiving. This is a perfect place to be. You also have the Commitment in the reversed position. Reverse, this card says you may be walking into a commitment or contract you'll later regret. This is not the time to sign agreements or make any choice that will tie you up for a long period. If you're in a relationship, you may not receive the commitment you desire. Don't despair, Thandy, for something much better awaits you. Now's also the time for agreements to be broken. Remember, rejection is God's protection. What hurts you now leads to wisdom later. Now it's Fifi's turn. Anna Cat, how many steps have you gotten today, my friend? I'm going to keep shuffling the enchanted maps unless somebody chooses something different. Fifi. Jay is next. Oops, I apologize. Knocking you guys all around. Fifi, the first card you have is Princess of Swords. Younger, generally a younger woman or somebody with that type of an attitude. Darker haired person. This card says, withdraw, get some air, choose your words wisely, for they are sharp and they can make or break a difficult situation. The Princess of Swords is also the card, the Sword of Criticism, and it has two edges. The judgment of others, and let me make sure I have the judgment of others and your judgment of yourself. You have the Six of Swords. All of them are swords, fighting, arguing, discontent, whether it's with another person or yourself. This card represents new horizons and moving on. It's going to be an emotional time. So, Fifi, before you go, become a better you. And be willing to clean up what you leave behind. You have the Three of Swords, which is petty conflict, and says grudges need to be dropped. Someone needs to step back and act as mediator, or it is just going to get worse. Your oracle for the day is the Goblins upright. The appearance of this represents that usually something has happened. We have experienced something that has scarred us at a very young age. Goblins are born when we're wounded, and something essential is lost in that experience. And from then on, we forget our wholeness. And these goblins remain with us in the shadows. They remind us of what brought them into being. They mimic our own voice, and they trick us into believing we're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold us hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that we're lacking what we need. If this pays you a visit, know they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that it's leading you into a potentially reactive situation. The appearance is opportunity for growth, however, in the signal you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. So the message is that you must release resentment and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of the negativity. Stephen, hello, welcome. Oh, you're out of rum. Well, we can't have that. Jay, it is your turn. Did you explore the caves? Is that for the rum, or are you talking to Anaket? Exploring the caves. All right, Jay. Lizzie, hello. How are you? All right, Jay. You hid some treasures there? I happen to know a person named Steven who just flipping hit $1,200 at the casino. So, if that's you, I hope, Steven, these caves are close to my house. Jay, let's choose an oracle for you as well. Bye, Butler. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your lunch. I'm going to presume it's lunch. All right, Jay. The first card you have is the Three of Swords. Petty conflict and grudges need to be dropped. Someone needs to step back and act as mediator, or it's just going to get worse. You have the Five of Wands. This card is a push and shove card. It's competition in the name of the game. But you will win. You'll make sure of winning, and winning is the most important thing to you. You will do anything to be seen as successful. Positive, yes, represents something happening fast. Days, whatever it is, you will win. You have the Two of Swords. This is a organizing card because it's a 2. It represents you are your own worst enemy. It's inner conflict, indecision, and quite possibly facing a tough choice. You are your own worst enemy. When you make a decision, stick with it. Stick with it. Your oracle for the day is a dragon's lair in the upright position. Upright, this card says you have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. That's your intuition. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is exciting and exhilarating. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours. But remember, there is a greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered, Jay. Yes, but you were only just a couple ago, so you maybe go back 15, 20 minutes. Not all that long ago. Anaket, you are next. Steven, thank you. I'll take those jewels. I'm definitely not one of those girls who's like, oh, if it's not a diamond, I don't want it. Oh, goodness gracious, no. If it sparkles or shines, yep. Send it my way. All right, Anaket, if you are still here, choose your oracle. They were rubies. Awesome. Thank you. I love a ruby. There we go. And I'm going to use the enchanted maps for Anaket. It's your birthstone. Nice, nice, nice. The only thing I see on mine is a little red present, and it says sent 100 for 2 jewels. All right, Aniket. The first card you have is King of Discs. In your past, facing your past. Discs represents a darker-haired male, older, mature male, whose active influence is entering or leaving one's life. And the King of Discs says, in a world of success, Aniket, there's no room for ambition without any real grounding. So you need to think about future security, not just today's security. Try to create long-term plans and remember to read small and fine print everywhere. So before you speculate to accumulate, Aniket, make sure every project or every opportunity is viable. Chintu, hello, welcome. How are you, my friends? How are you? Aniket, you have the Five of Cups. This is the loss or where is that? Loss, but something remains card. It's a challenge. It can represent shame, guilt, loss, but something remains. Quite possibly 3 have been taken and 2 remain. It can represent an inheritance from a father or a male in your family. It can represent a bitter marriage or frustration in marriage. But it can also represent your need to turn your back on past mistakes, which may be where that shame and guilt feelings come from. Bob, yes, you were number 7. You should probably go back to real close to the beginning. Aniket, you have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands represents that you will find yourself freshly grounded, which is a great place for all of us to be. It represents exciting news and moving projects forward. You have the so speed toward end promises assured felicity, which is happiness or well-being. Aniket, your oracle for the day is the Strength upright. In upright, this card says, your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. It says, when you remember the real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and your reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. The card says you can do anything right now. Anything. And Aniket probably missed his reading. Stephen, you are next. Stephen. Some people have incognito, private, or you may not be in live chat. Thank you. One more good shuffle. Sometimes I do. I was first thing this morning, 7:30, for my first live stream we did. We generally do 2 a day. First one is workout, and the second one is our cards. All right, Stephen, the first card you have is Major Arcana Hathor. This card represents wisdom. It's a positive. It's a yes card. It says seek wisdom and knowledge from somebody. Seek wisdom from somebody you know with knowledge and experience. They reveal the sacred. So you know this person. They have experienced things in life, and they don't lie. They'll steer you in the right direction. And if they can't help you, they're at least a good ear to listen and a good shoulder to cry on. And again, they don't gossip about the things you've talked about. Um, this card can also represent an unwelcome authority from somebody like a parent as well, because there's always two meanings. You have the King of Swords. Take note of the direction the King of Swords is facing. Represents a darker haired person, older, mature man whose active influence is entering or leaving one's life. Take note of the direction he's facing toward the Hierophant, the Wisdom card. The King of Swords says, don't be caught off guard. You didn't get where you are without a strong dose of caution. Now is not the time to let your guard down. You have the Three of Swords, which represents petty conflict. Grudges need to be dropped and someone needs to step back and act as mediator, or things are just going to get worse. And you have the Spring Equinox Rebirth. This card says, you thought this passage you have been through would never end. Just as certain that the light of the world fades every few months and makes its return, the earth rejoices. The fresh breath of spring sweeps away the cobwebs acquired from the absence of light. The light is now obviously increasing as nature begins to emerge in her many forms, shapes, and colors that reminds us of the continual cycles of Mother Earth. The cycle of rebirth you are experiencing follows a considerably challenging time. Any tears you may have shed have cleared the way for what has been gestating, which is now ripe and ready to emerge. That which no longer serves you needs to be put to rest so that a freshness and a newness of spirit can make itself known to you. Sometimes rebirth can be painful, particularly in that passage just before delivery. Yet what emerges can be fresh and beautiful. Be with the emergence of this next cycle with faith and grace. I like that card. I'm not sure if we've received this very often. She has been hiding. Lizzie, you are next. Oh my gosh, I don't know if we're going to make it to Chin 2. It is a nice card. So I'm going to go ahead and do my outro. Lizzie, you are next. If you like this type of content based around... thank you, happy poop. Oh, goodness. If you like this type of content based around trying to be a... Oh my gosh, we're not working out. What in the world? Based around tarot and oracle cards, please give my video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you in the family. Sandy, we've done yours. All right, Lizzie. So yeah, you just have to rewind about 15, 20 minutes. Oh, you were between Ashwin and Fifi. Ashwin was number 13. I'm going to do an enchanted map for Lizzie. You're welcome. You're welcome. I apologize for that. All right, Lizzie. First card you have, Sokar, Major Arcana. It represents an inevitable change, very transformative. But it also says stop living life to the fullest because of self-imposed limitations. You have the Three of Swords, petty conflict, Grudges need to be dropped. Someone needs to step back and act as mediator, or it's just going to get worse. You have the Princess of Discs, representing being young at heart, and the voice inside you urging you to follow your destiny. Examine what strengths you possess, speculate to accumulate, figure out how to turn every possibility into gold. And remember, the appearance of the card represents the beginning of a practical or domestic endeavor and a focus on material matters. You have the Hanged Man, Major Arcana, the Abyss, representing, it's a neutral energy card, representing the choices you have made have put you where you are. But it wants you to know that no matter where you are, there have been fun things and good things that have delayed you for good reason. The appearance might represent that things are going to be turned upside down, or that you may need to look at things from a different perspective. Lizzie, your oracle is the making a choice upright. And this card says, you're required to come to a decision. Trust your intuition, ask for a sign from spirit, and you will be led to the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, your choice will be the right one. Remember, life is always about learning, and success lies in choosing consciously, guided by intuition and spirit. And with that, my friends, I am ending today's live stream. Again, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have the best day ever, and I'll see you in the next video.